Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Jack from the Association for Mineral Exploration. And we dropped in. We wanted to ask some questions about the new mineral claims consultation framework and get as much information as we could. I know there's a lot of questions out there and a lot that we don't have answers for yet. But Jack's going to fill us in as best he can on what they know now. And maybe you could start with a little bit about how this all began.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. So in September 2023, a court case was decided called Gigala versus British Columbia. That case said that government was not meeting its duty to consult First Nations on mineral claims and the rights that were associated with staking mineral claims. It gave government 18 months to build a new consultation system, and it also said that they needed to do that with nations and with industry. So it took a few months, and then they inevitably came out with this solution that was modifying and modernizing the entire act, which was something that industry was not supportive of. We wanted to talk about consultation framework, and that's what government inevitably brought forward after industry pushed back quite significantly, was a mineral claims consultation framework, and that went into force March 25th of this year.
And can you explain the difference between the old system and the new? Where under the old system, we could stake a claim and do basic hand prospecting without needing any further permitting or authorization. And now we have a framework where we have to submit our claims and have consultation before then. Even though under the old system, we couldn't actually do any real development work. But we could do hand testing. How has that changed now?
Yeah, so importantly, a lot of the things that you do for early exploration, you can do. You just don't own. You don't have that claim confirmed. So you can walk out on the land. You can do hand testing. You can do these things. But the new process, where before you would click on a cell on the Mineral Tenure Online website, and it would automatically confirm you'd have the rights to that claim, you'd have the interest in that land. Now it's going to go into a process, 30 days for First Nations to register if they have a concern. If they don't, it'll move forward to a decision. If they do, it'll move into a consultation process where they go back and forth with government about the impacts and about the required accommodations for that. So previous system, instantaneous; current system, much longer term.
What will happen, because there's many overlapping land claims in the province, what will happen when we have more than one band or multiple bands that have claims over the same piece of property?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest issues that we raised with government when we were talking about this, is how is that practical? Places where you have 12 overlapping claims, how are you going to do that? Government has suggested that they have a process for engaging all of those nations and accommodating them and their interest in that land, but it's a serious issue, and it's going to add time to these processes.
Should we decide to stake a claim, what is involved in the consultation process? What do we have to provide information-wise to the parties involved in making the decisions?
Yeah, really, really good question, because this process is between government and the nations. So the only information you need to provide is what you register the application for when you're staking the claim. So it's your name, your business, and the cell that you're clicking on. No further. You're not required to provide a work plan. You're not required to provide a mitigation plan. Any of that stuff. It's just the area and who you are.
So I guess another question we should ask is, what was wrong with the system that we had before?
So the court case said that the rights that were given with claim impacted First Nations rights. So nations have an interest in the title of land, and the chattel interest, or the ability to explore for minerals, impacted that. And that's what the court case said. Something with the new system, though, like we were really clear in talking to government that this needed to have firm timelines, that it needed to not give the names of people who are staking the claims. And currently, the system that they put in place, when you stake that claim, your name is public on the MTO. That's problematic. It gives away intellectual property of our members. It means that people might stick around you. It means that the decisions might be made about who you are as a person and not about the impact of that claim on traditional territory. And the timelines are, in the system, government has said that these are targets and not firm timelines. So we're currently going through the system. We have people who've submitted applications and those have gone out to nations and things. We're waiting to see if they're going to meet the timelines that they've set and these targets that they've set, but we're not sure yet.
So the government set targets of 30 days and another 90 days to reach a decision, but that's not a stated fact. It could run any length of time. Do we have any idea how long this could possibly take?
So the 30 days one is if there is no concern raised by the nation, then it moves to a decision. If a concern is raised, then it moves to that other 90 to 120 days piece. There are some things that they've built into the system. If a nation wants an extension, there's a way for them to get it. But honestly, we don't know. We don't know how long it could take.
So in a best case scenario, after the 30 days, you could be granted your tenure?
That's correct.
And then if it goes to the 90-day consultation, it's really unknown at this point what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you hearing from people that have been testing the system so far?
Yeah, a lot of people are staking small cells, small claims, and trying to see how it works, everything from what the terminology that's being used for these different phases. But, we haven't seen a lot of feedback yet. The first ones went out about 2 weeks ago now. So we're waiting to see, they're waiting to see. The system, though, is the Mineral Tenure Online. It's the same system as before with some modifications. So as far as the usability, it's pretty much the same.
So basically, we're in a wait and see situation right now.
That's correct.
We'll just have to wait and see how the system works and how it plays out and go from there.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. It's about the most up-to-date information that you can get. And stay tuned. When we find out more, we'll certainly post more.
Yeah, thank you very much.